Okay, so let's talk about the pattern block activity. The other activities were explained in the PPT, so I'm going to demonstrate how we can use pattern block to explain the misconception. So remember about the misconception 1? Misconception 1 is not recognizing denominator as the number of groups of equal size. So we are talking about the area model in here. The size is really important. So this is the student's work, and then this pattern block template I gave it to you using copied on this thick paper, so you can cut it out and be able to use for the activity. But if you don't have this one, you can print out the regular paper. It's kind of little thin, but you still be able to do it, I believe. But if you have this one with you, cut this out each pieces, so you can actually follow what we are doing in here. So we can use both fraction strip and pattern block to teach fraction concept. Okay, so this is a student's example of the work in here. So they made some shape, and their flower, bat, and king's crown and sunburst, they're all 1. Because remember, we talk about the fraction, 1 whole is important. What is the matter 1? So students labeled each fractional piece. So this one is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. This one is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. This is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. This is 1/7 each piece. So I have a question there. It says, number 1, which pictures represent fraction correctly? How do you know? This flower, bat, crown, and sunburst, which one represent fraction correctly? All of them? Or just 1 or 2? What do you think? Yes, the flower, each piece of flower, fractional piece, represent correctly. The rest are not correct. Why not? Because this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So each one piece represents 1/4. Why not? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces there, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 out of 4. So it's going to be 1/4. Why not? Same thing in here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one represents 1/4. It's the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each piece represents 1/7. Why is it not correct? Because each fractional piece has to be same size, right? So each 1/4 has to be the same. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. It's not valid. So if you say it's 1/4, each 1/4 fractional piece has to be the same size. Here too. But they're not the same in here. Same here. This one is bigger and this is smaller. This is not fair. Suppose that this is the cookie, who gets the middle one is gonna gets a lot, right? The rest of them are smaller piece. This is not fair. This is not fair sharing. So this is not okay. So, but this is very common mistake kids make in the classroom in terms of fraction, because they don't think about the equal size, relative size of fraction, equal size. They just count how many pieces are there, and one of them is the denominator. No, that's not true. So you can talk about those things, and for advanced students, you may want to think about then, what does this piece represent? For example, here, if this is my 1 whole. If this is my 1 whole, what does this piece represent in here? This is 1/4 or 1/5 or something else. It is going to be 1/6. How do you know? This one, the trapezoid, the same as 3 of the triangle, right? So 1, 2, 3 of the triangle. 1, 2, 3 of the triangle. So basically, I can replace this one with 3 triangles. I'm going to borrow this here. They're the same in size, right? Do you see here? They're the same, right? So I can replace with this one in here. So now I have all same size pieces. How many of them? There are 6 same size pieces do I have. So I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that one triangle represent what? 1, 6. So that's the correct one. 1/4 is incorrect representation. So you can talk about this. So kids need to know that each fractional piece has to be the same in size. Okay, so this is misconception 1 you can think of. What about this one in here? If we want to find out what the triangle represents for this sunburst, how can you find out? The hexagon in the middle hexagon is the same as 6 triangle, right? then how many equal size pieces do I have in my whole denominator? It is 12 pieces, same size pieces I have in this sunburst. So this case, the triangle represents 1, 12. Okay, so that's something kids need to think about, equal in size. That's misconception 1.